When we come in with the delivery slip, obviously the gentleman was here, it's time to serve, we're rushing. But we knew that there should be a sandwich, right? A barbecue sandwich, so we should have been verifying the bread, all of the items that are on here, both the driver and for yourself. So we'll just push that aside because everything that we deliver to you is allocated on here. In addition, on the pan lid that's behind you, so there should be a full-size aluminum lid. The deliveries come, see how this says 12 people, mashed potatoes, 4 pounds? That's because this was only for a training. I asked for food for 12, but yours actually say what the portion size is. It says how many portions per pan, and then gives a total value. So this, because obviously, let's take for instance apples or buns. You're not going to stand there with the driver and count apples and buns in a box. I wouldn't expect you to do that. Our human error can happen, but there's always an emergency backup on our trucks. So our drivers know, for instance, if today they forgot to bring the apples, let's say, you don't have to call me, you don't have to call Flippany. The driver can handle that issue right there. We're going to offer a 1/4 cup of chicken. I know, listen, let's set aside our adult takes on what it should look like.
Can we use actually a plate as well so that we can see at the end a visual?
There's your 1/4 cup. So if we put that on a tray, that's your measured 1/4 cup. We were way over. It's going to look like a little bit of food. I already see it and I know it. It's definitely a little bit of food. But when we take 5 components and we add them, cumulatively, it's a full meal for the child. So I would have put that one there. That's what your 1/4 cup of chicken is actually going to look like. As
Gina, look at the
scary as that is.
I put that much.
You sometimes put
in the cup for the measurement to work. Well, how the heck do you squish it down to get salad in there? So what we generally do when we portion, because the same thing that you're doing, we do just in higher volume. We literally are measuring, but instead of in this, we're going to use beakers. So we put 64 cups of something. Now for us with the salad, we have the capability to push it in because we're not in front of anybody, we're in gloves, and we guarantee that that food is there, right? Salad is a fluff item. That's what we call it because of all the air supply. Let's take, today should have been collard and greens. Remember, what was your name, sweetheart?
Wanda.
Wanda, okay. I remember I came to you and I said, "Ooh, Wanda, you're going to definitely run out because we're using the wrong."
The thing is, when we doing this, we supposed to lever it off everything.
Yeah.
Everything should be levered off.
Everything there, but also with the right spoon. So for instance, this today, according to what you were supposed to do here, should be a 1/2 cup.
So it would be the green
It would be the green one, and we went with double portion of the black.
That's when I stopped.
So same thing in here. I mean, you're not going to stand there with a fork. I do what I call the shake because I'm chubby and I like to shake. That's going to be that portion. An apple, a bun in this case, which seems silly. This is double portion of meat, but you don't want us to cut buns. They're going to get dry, they're going to get nasty. So we prefer to just use the same size rather than a slider bun. And your apple. So once again, we had to get to the 5 grains, right? So we've got our dairy, obviously, and milk, even though the children don't like it. We've got our fruit. This is the equivalent, ironically, of a 1/2 cup, which is an over serving. But how do we cut an apple in half? 1 grain, which that's actually really 2. That is, unfortunately, the protein is the smallest thing on the plates. This is 1, and every time they have rice, it's actually a 1/2 cup. So let's pretend you had to use the other one. Obviously, the most you're going to be able to do is a 1/2 in there. That's not very much rice, especially to children who grow up eating.
So all the while we've been giving out too much.
How are we going to get those in there? And I intentionally didn't snip them again. You can't really get them in. What we've been saying, just take a huge towering portion and put it in there. It's going to be there. The quantity would be there. I don't know how to get them in. We cook fresh. If I bought frozen ones that are already cut, they're going to come in brown, they're going to be mushy, and nobody's going to want them. That's why none of us like green beans. We take this product and we literally put it in for your heating. It's a one-time cook process. Everything is made fresh to order. I'm sure between that and we also now at lunch, we're always giving double the fruit because it should be really the equivalent of less than a 1/2.
It's about a 1/4 cup.
So we're still making your nutritional needs versus maybe not in a green bean that the kids don't like anyhow, but we got to try and get them to eat it. The best way to do that is through quality.
For children up to the age of 12 years old. So I know sometimes you have children that are older, which have higher requirements. That's where the share box really comes in. Making sure that if someone else doesn't like something, that they put it on the table and they're able to grab from that, and how you're able to kind of work with that to increase it for those that are older. Unfortunately, they don't pay more price per plate for older children. They haven't done that yet, and so really the minimum is for a 12-year-old child.